In this video, I started out with $0, a lawnmower, and a truck, and now I have the challenge of building a profitable landscaping business from scratch. But there's a twist. I only have a year to do it. This is season 2, so will I make it big or will I go broke? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys enjoy content like this and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and drop on a like helps too. Anyway, let's go build a business. Another day, another dollar, trying to build a landscaping business from $0 in a truck. And today we're up extra early because we've got 1,000,001 different things to do. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. I don't usually get up this early. You know, being your own boss and all, you kind of have a choice of when you can get up. Yeah, 6 a.m. is not the most ideal time, but sleeping in ain't gonna make us any money, so we better get to work. Now, as you can see, we currently have $33,000. Now, the contractor has just finished up on our house that we purchased a couple weeks ago and kind of cleaned out the whole area. The house needed some major work, and so did the yard. And we got pretty much all that done. The house is now finished. I've got to stroke the contractor a big old check of about $30,000, which I'm not very excited for. So we're gonna go run that to him real quick. Then we got to stop by the house and grab something else. Well, that hurt. $30,000 out of our bank account. That leaves us with $3,294. Not terrible, but also not great. Anyways, not a big deal. There's always more money to be made. But since everything is now ready to go with this house, we can officially list it on the market and hopefully get it sold here real soon. That way we can actually recoup on our investment. Now, we are going to be selling the property at $200,000. However, if it doesn't sell super soon, we're going to have to lower the price a little bit because we are going to be on the high end for price. Usually properties around here that are like this go from anywhere around 150 to 200,000, so we're definitely on that high end, but I'm really hoping we can get it. Anyways, I'm grabbing the water trailer that was left on the property, and we're just going to run it back to the house because I think I have a guy coming to look at it today, and I just hit the gate. That's not good. Oh yeah, before we pull out of here, I guess you can see now the grass has greened up considerably from the fertilizer mix we put on here, so it's looking better. We got this whole patio area back here. This place should bring a lot of money, I'm hoping, especially since it's not too far out of town, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just hoping we can pay off our $100,000 loan we got on the excavator and maybe have a bit of money sitting in our bank account for once. All right, back at the compound, as you can see, one of our trailers that was rented out at $100 a day has now came back, and actually, I have a $200 check I'm supposed to cash from that. The guy wanted it for a couple days, and then he wrote me a check for those couple days, and then he decided he wanted to extend the rental, so it came back yesterday night, and I got an extra $200 from that, because he extended it for 2 extra days, so that's not too bad. I think it's getting rented out tomorrow again. I was gonna honestly sell the trailer, but now seeing that it's bringing us in $100 a day, pretty much, I can't complain with that, so we'll probably keep it around, at least for the time being. Anyways, we are loading up the excavator here real quick to do a quick excavation job, and we're gonna have to run into town to stop at the contractor store because there's a couple things we need for the job. Also, it may be time for a new trailer. This trailer kind of sucks for hauling this thing, but it will work for the time being. Okay, all strapped down. Let's get the heck out of here. Now, also on the board for today, we have 2 mowing jobs. One of them is actually a pretty big job, and then one of them's a residential job, but it's a pretty big property, so it'll probably take us a little while. At any rate, I'm hoping we can get back before that guy wants to pick up that water tank. I'm hoping this job doesn't take too long. All right, materials secured. Luckily, they were on the customer's dime, so I didn't have to pay for them. But what I do have to pay for is diesel. This is going to get expensive. Yep, that was expensive. $300, but everything's full now, so we should be good to go for today's job. All right, so the spot we're going to is actually right across from our house. Well, one of our houses at least. Anyway, the only way to get to it is to cut through a field. I know it seems strange, but you'll see why in a second. Basically, the first field gets harvested, and then you go on to the next one through this little pass over kind of deal. I don't know, it's something. And there's another one for this field, and then this is the one we're supposed to get to. Yeah. This is the one. Okay, so the reason why we're here is because they had one of their culverts absolutely just collapse in, and it's kind of no longer here. Well, whatever is left of it is under this trail, and they need this cleaned out, so when there is water and whatever else in this drainage ditch, it can actually pass through. So we got to dig this up, put in the new culverts, then cover it back up, and then that should be job done. I know, probably a little easier said than done, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Now, we didn't have to pay for any materials on this job, so it's just a $2,000 flat rate, which is actually really good. I can't complain with that. So we're gonna get to digging this up here. Now, I still have not had too much experience with the excavator yet, so I'm still actually pretty bad, but we're gonna try our best. Now, luckily for me, it isn't too hard to do this. It's a pretty straightforward job. Unfortunately, this bucket is a little small, so it does take a little while, but we shouldn't hopefully be too long here. Well, we're about about halfway through here. So far, so good. Oh, I gotta back up a bit more. Oh, okay. There's a ditch there. Can't do that. Or maybe I can. Hold on. Yeah, we'll work like this. I'm sure it's fun. I mean, it's not like we're gonna tip over backwards, right? Nah, we're good. All right, so it's taking a bit of time here, but I'd say I got this trench pretty much done. Yeah, looks about good. I'm just gonna have to move the excavator here, and we're gonna have to drop these culverts in. That depends. Can I get out of here? Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're chilling. Now, I just gotta grab these without breaking them, which is a little easier said than done, but I'm gonna try my best. That is if I can get on this trailer. It's like just wide enough to have the excavator, but like it's close. Okay, grab it like that. Use the thumb attachment. Okay, maybe I need a little higher. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not working out very well. Okay, there we go. I got it. Maybe. All right, we're good. We're good. I got it handled. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I may have to move it around a little bit. See, this is what I was trying to tell Jerry, is this is not enough pipe. If you don't know, Jerry's our client. So I'm gonna have to give him a call here and let him know, because either we're gonna have to make this approach a lot less wider, or he's gonna have to come bring me some more pipe here, because yeah, this is just not enough. We need like at least 2 more lengths. But this stuff is expensive, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I've been informed that we're not doing more pipe. I'm just gonna have to fill this all in. So yeah, whatever. I guess that's his deal. He said he measured the approach before he got the pipe, and it was good, which I find that hard to believe, because there's no way he measured that and was like, oh yeah, that'll be enough. Anyway, I gotta try cross this drainage ditch here without, oh boy. Okay, hold on. Can I turn around without smacking the cap? Yep, there we go. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna use the blade here and just try push this all back in, and hopefully it all kind of figures itself out. I don't know. We're gonna have to probably end up with some extra material, because there's not enough pipe to cover this entire thing, and yeah, that's gonna suck. A little bit later, and this is what we got. It ain't perfect, but it'll do the job. I mean, it's perfect for the amount of pipe we have down there, so if he wants it wider, we can always add on more sections of pipe. But yeah, he said he was good with that, so we're loading up and we are out of here. But I mean, look at how crispy those edges are. Dang, I'm good with this thing. I mean, I just don't understand how he's gonna get farm equipment across that, but I don't know. I guess he knows. Maybe, yeah, you might be able to fit a combine across that. It'd be a sprayer where you'd be a bit tougher. All right, just got our money, $2,000. That brings us up to just under $5,000, and I still have that $200 check I'm supposed to cash. Anyways, I'm ripping back to the compound because that guy to come pick up the water tank was there 5 minutes ago, so we're late. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, back at the compound here, sold the water tank, so that's another $300 in our bank account. I've got the small utility trailer hooked up here. Since it's not being rented out today, I figured I'd use it for the lawnmower, since taking the gooseneck feels a bit extreme. And shoot, I'm gonna have to move the skid steer. I've been looking at skid steers. I'd actually like to possibly upgrade at some point. Don't get me wrong, the excavator is great, but it only has so many uses, and if I got a skid steer, like a proper one, like this one does work, but if I got a proper skid steer, that would make loading trees and everything so much easier. So who knows, maybe with the house profits I can actually do something like that. All right, grab the push mower because we're gonna need this. Haven't broke out this bad boy in a while, and screw it, we're taking the big old Turo. I was just gonna load up the Turo and the zero turn, but if I got the push mower, I can pretty much get what I need to done with the Turo, and then come back in the small parts with the push mower and hopefully get that done. I actually don't know if the Turo fits on here. I should have probably checked that. Oh, we're checking it now, and it looks like we do. Thank goodness. Yeah, that's a mowing setup right there. So the first mowing job that we're headed to today is a big old commercial job. Now, I quoted them pretty high on this one, and we actually had it set to do the day I got this big Turo here, but they pushed it back, so now we're gonna go do it today. Now, I quoted them $1,500 and they accepted it, so yeah, we're gonna go get that done. It's just literally a lot that I have to go mow, so no complaints from me. And this is it. It's literally just a brand new storage lot that they built. I guess it's not brand new. It's been here for a little while now, but they just want us to mow it, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna park the truck over here, and then I guess I'll move it if I need to. This would have taken me a good while with the old zero turn, but with this one, this is gonna go really quick. The only thing I gotta try not to do is clip the fence. We're gonna try not to do that. It's gonna take a little time, but I'll probably honestly just run the push mower all the way around here after we get the main part done, and then yeah, it just saves me from getting too close to the fence, clipping a pole, and that's not a good time. Then that comes out of my pocket. Now, I know it's only July, but August is up next, and then September. And September usually means the end of mowing season. Like, end of September is like the end of mowing. You're not mowing after that, really. At least around here. But if I want to pick up snow removal equipment cheap, now is going to be the time to do it, or at least in the next month or two. So I'm going to start looking out for something for the front of the pickup truck, and then most likely something for a skid steer. Whether we use the skid steer we currently have or I end up upgrading, it should be pretty universal. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work and I sell it in winter for a bit more than I bought it for, because in winter it'll be more in demand. But I'm hoping, since a lot of snow plowing companies like to sell off their stuff, at least their old stuff, before they get their new stuff in, we should be able to get a good price on some used equipment. But man, look how fast we're taking out this lot. Like, no time at all. It's like we're going with 3 of our normal 0 turns at once. They did also say they don't want the front mode, they just want inside mode, so makes our job a little bit easier. But $1,500 for this job is just diabolical. We're gonna be here for like an hour tops, and 90% of that time is gonna be with the push mower. Anyways, there's supposed to be an auction here in about a month and a half, so it's looking like there's gonna be some snowplow equipment there, and that's probably when I'll get on buying some of it. But I'd say we're just about done doing all we can do with the Turo, other than moving the truck and trailer, which I'm gonna do here and get that. And then it's push mower time, and that is that. I'll just fold all this up here quick. Perfect. Gotta get around this little container office here. This one does spit out a bit more grass, but that's fine. Okay, that's it. Oh, nope. There's a little piece left here. I gotta go grab that. Man, that would have been bad. Just mow the entire lawn and then there's just like one little tuft of grass sticking out there. Can imagine the owners would not be happy about that. All loaded back up here. I'm gonna run to their office, go grab the check, and then head over to the bank. Got all the checks cashed. We got $1,500 from the job and then $200 from that check for the trailer rental. That brings us up to just under $7,000. Not looking too bad after all the money we had to put into renovating that house. And we've still got one more job booked for today so far. However, this one's not going to pay as well. It's residential. We can't charge a ton of money, unfortunately. So just as I'm on my way to the next house, my real estate agent gave me a call here and said that there's someone coming to look at the property right now, and it's only been listed up as of today. So that is really good news. That means hopefully that it's going to sell really soon, and we're going to get full price out of it. I would be more than happy. All right, next house, and we've actually done this house a time or two, but it needs to be done again, so we're going to do it. However, this time it needs a little bit more done than just the backyard. They want all of this all the way down. Keep going right kind of over here. So from the front of the road all the way back here. That's a lot. And it's actually right next to the mansion we mowed the other day. Anyways, this is gonna take quite a while. That's kind of why I brought the Turo. But yeah, I think I quoted this guy like $850 or something. Seems like a lot, but there's a lot of mowing to do here. At any rate though, should not take long with this machine. However, around the house we're gonna have to do a good amount of work with the push mower. Man, with this little pond here, it'd be like the coolest little place to build a barn minium. Basically like a shop with a house in it. Okay, so one thing I'm finding out is, while the Turo can handle some angles, steep angles, it's not the best at compared to my normal 0 turn. Yeah, it just likes to slide a lot. Like, you're obviously never gonna tip it with these big old wings on here, but yeah, it does not do the best with these sharp angles. Yeah, it just slides right down. Front of the yard's pretty much done, except right next to the house there. I gotta get in there with the push mower, but just working on the back now, and we are just taking this out so dang quick. I wonder if this barn is theirs. Might be, might not be, I don't know. Oh man, it'd be sweet if that pond was stocked. Imagine walking out your back door and just walking out to the pond and just being able to fish. Man, that'd be nice. I do have a river kind of close to my house, but it's not close enough where I can walk out my back door and go fishing. Just cleaning up the last little bits here, and we are done. Let's fold this thing up here real quick. There we go. Okay, not done. I still have more work with the push mower. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna try and get the Turo in here. There's no way. Just gotta mow it with the good old push mower. Imagine that. Your 0 turn for mowing lawns is so dang big that you have to get out your push mower to get around the house. That is just a whole nother level of ridiculous. But luckily, it don't take too long. That's it. Let's get our money and let's get back over to the compound there. $850. That brings us up to just shy of 8,000. I don't know what I'd buy right now, but probably just gonna try to save my money. I know, that's a weird thing for me to say. Okay, I did some thinking, and I think I know what I'm gonna spend my money on now. This is something we've been needing for a real long time, so I'm gonna run into town, stop at Tractor Supply, and grab what we need. $500 later, and I got myself a pressure washer. Everything's always dirty at the compound there, so this should help. I know, not very exciting, but hey, gotta get it sometime. I would like one of those really fancy pressure washers, those heated ones, but those are really expensive, so we're not doing that. At least not this time. Maybe once I have some more disposable income, but at the moment, we actually have no disposable income. Well, it is now the afternoon here. I got my pressure washer all set up here, just trying to wash off and service some equipment. But I have gotten even better news from my realtor. So he's now had 3 people look at the property, and 2 people are putting in offers. And he said both offers are most likely going to be above asking price because the 2 people that are interested in the property are pretty much getting in a bidding war. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm hoping it means lots of money for me. Well, it's the next morning here, and I got someone picking up the rental trailer, so that's an extra $200 for me for a 2-day rental. They're just about to head out. But man, do I have some exciting news today. Well, this will probably go down as the fastest house sale I've ever had because it's the first house sale I've ever had. That's right, she's sold, and after all our fees and stuff, we wound up with just about $200,000, and this place is no longer mine. I'm so happy we got top end of the market. That means we get a lot more money in our bank account and hopefully the freedom to do some other stuff with the business. But man, that was a good flip. I am sure happy about that. Editor Cameron put how much we bought the property for originally, how much we paid the contractor for renovations, and how much I spent on decorations and other miscellaneous stuff for the property, and then what we sold the property for, and then our total profit. I don't know, you guys are seeing that on screen right now, but I imagine it looks pretty good. Well, the money has just hit my bank account, and man, that is a lot of money. That's probably the most we're gonna have for quite a while. Anyway, now that some money has hit our bank account, let's have some leave it, sadly. And with that, our excavator has been paid off. That leaves us with $107,000. Oh boy, the possibilities. If you guys have any suggestions on what we should do or buy, leave them down in the comments. I'm thinking maybe another house flip or something, maybe a piece of property, maybe a new skid steer, or just maybe a bigger trailer and something to pull that bigger trailer a little better than this. I don't know, it's a good truck, but man, does it suck for pulling trailers. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe and goodbye.